Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fights. I'd like to be joined by Jonathan Kumuteo. Is that okay?
You said it right.
Did I actually? Oh.
You know what? As an amateur, I boxed 10 years and it was only ever said right maybe twice. It was spelt wrong on every show. It was frustrating, but you said it right.
First time as well?
Yeah, first time. That's why I had to shorten it to JK.
I was going to just call you JK because it made it a lot easier, but I thought, nah, you deserve the proper respect. That's why I always say, like, when I see a name that's spelt like, I'm like, I need to just clarify this because it's I don't want to butcher it.
It's true because as well, when you become a household name, people can spell your name. It's like Manny Pacquiao. Everyone can spell Pacquiao, but if you look at it, it's actually pretty difficult. So hopefully one day everyone will be able to easily spell Kumuteo.
Absolutely. I'll try spelling Kevin Ajako. I still can't do that now. A lot of love for Kevin, but God, when I spell his name on YouTube titles, my head's like, what's going on? Look, you've been out the ring a long time. Let's touch on it. You're ready to get back. You're here. You're training with Joe Gallagher. You have been for the last 3 months. How are you feeling? I mentioned you looked in good shape. You said you think you are, but how are you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling good. When I first came here, oh my God, it was tough. There's something called bag bar that they do in Manchester here. I have never seen it before. And it depleted my energy all the time. It's like, okay, 4 weeks in, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to do 40 jumps over the bar. Then I got nothing on the bag. Then I'm like, damn. But it actually doesn't get easier. You just get used to pushing yourself. And it's great in this gym because you're surrounded by reigning champions, past champions, and future champions. So when you're hitting the bag, you're hitting the pads, you're on the VersaClimber, you're on the treadmill, and you're lacking energy, when the champs are saying, hey, JK, push, or they call me Jonathan over here, push, it gives you that extra 5-10%, and sometimes that's what you need.
Absolutely. There seems to be, I've said it to everyone, but there seems to be a real buzz in this gym now. I know it's a special place for Joe, it's got a lot of history for him, but everyone's bounced over here from the Amir Khan gym that Joe's been in there for years. But do you find that the fact you've got the likes of Natasha Jonas, who's reigning world champion, Charlie Edwards, who's been former world champion, you've got Paul Butler, he's had 2 world titles. You're surrounded by people, and obviously you've got the youngsters coming through as well, like Josh, who we just spoke to. You're in a gym with everyone's on such different levels, but everyone pushes each other.
100%. You know what? It's crazy because when I started boxing back in 2011, I watched Charlie and I watched Natasha. And to actually now be in their stable and for them to be my stable mates, my work colleagues, it's surreal. You know, I saw Tasha win the world title last February, and that was amazing because I've been a fan for years. I remember seeing Charlie pick up the WBC world title, and that was amazing. I was actually there, and now to be around them, you kind of understand much better what it takes to get there, and you see the differences, and sometimes it's just the small things. And it's great being here at Champs Camp, the Phil Martin Centre, around, you know, former champions such as Scott Quigg, Anthony Crolla, who also take us on the pads and give us guidance. And then you've got Joe Gallagher, our head coach, who, you know, he's been creating champions since 1993. So he's proven on every level, whether it's at amateur level to British, Commonwealth, European and world level. So I'm in a great place.
How good is it to soak that experience up from the likes of Natasha and Charlie? Have you spoke to them and maybe said, look, have you got any advice? Because I'm sure with their wealth of experience, they've experienced the ups, the downs and the backups, like in terms of being on the end of defeat, climbed back up again. Obviously we've got Charlie, who's back out in a few weeks now. We'll be looking to sort of say, look, I'm back. Even Natasha, who's now defending 3 world titles and doing her thing. Do you pick their brains for any knowledge, any sort of words of wisdom that can set you up in good, stand you in good stead, let's just say?
100%. It's simple. Delayed never means denied. You know, in Natasha's circumstance, she had a few world title attempts, didn't work out. She was with Matchroom at the time. They said that she may never pick up a world title, and then she came back, did that, picked up 3 world titles in 1 year. She didn't pick it up from one fight. 3 different fights, 3 world champions, got the Ring Magazine title as well, and it's amazing to witness that firsthand. You know, I've been around champions before, but I was around champions that, you know, hadn't had the hiccups that Natasha had prior to winning titles. And then being around someone like Charlie, who picked up the WBC world title, who has an amazing home abroad in Portugal. He showed it to me, and I said, God damn. And, you know, I've also seen where he's living here in Manchester, and I'm like, shit. It's easy for him to just pick up the bags and say, you know what, I'm going back to sunny Portugal and give up. He's won world titles. You know, he's done his thing, but he's still here grafting as if he's never won a title. And that's amazing to witness, because sometimes, I remember after winning my pro debut, that was the beginning, but I remember I was going to restaurants after restaurants after restaurants after restaurants, and I basically spent a lot of money there, and it's like, I'm on the up now, but it's like, wait, hold on, this is just the beginning. And now that I've relocated to Manchester, Champs Camp, Phil Martin Centre, trained by Joe Gallagher, it's amazing. And I feel as though this is the end of the beginning.
Absolutely, and it's a bit of a lesson, I think, when you get a little bit of money at the start of your career, because I think everyone has them moments, like you mentioned, restaurants, I'm sure a lot of other things, but it's it might be a blessing in disguise. Your eyes have been opened quickly, because you like I said, 3 fights, but you're on the comeback trail. When realistically can we see you back in the ring? What's the plan?
Hopefully, you know what, I'm ready to start camp now. I just need to sort out a few minor issues, which are a permanent housing situation. I was renting somewhere, and the lease was up, so I had to relocate. So I'm trying to find a place close to the gym, which I found a place now, actually. So I'm actually just putting it all together. Once that's sorted, done and dusted, moved in, then I'm ready to start camp, and I can't wait. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. 16 months, but for fans who maybe haven't seen you, for people who are tuning in to this interview, what can we expect to see from you in your next fight? What can we expect over the course of 12 to 18 months? Why are we tuning in to watch you?
That's a 30-minute answer.
I'll try to sum it up
But
in
let me
2.
say this, though. A great performance each and every time. You will see why we say I ghosted, why I went back to the drawing board, and also, in my opinion, what you will see is a better all-rounded version of myself. I believe that I'm talented, but I could have applied myself a bit better. I could have had more stability around my boxing setup, because when things aren't going great outside of the ring, eventually those issues will creep up in your in-ring performance. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't in that circumstance. So what you will see is great nights of boxing. Power, counter-punching, everything. The name's JK, and I ain't just kidding, but that also should mean, moving forward, just knockouts.
And just knowledge, by the sound of it. I think that's the perfect note to sign off on. Look, I'm looking forward to seeing you out and about. I think we've followed each other for a hell of a long time as well on Instagram and stuff like that. And it's going to be interesting to see where you pick up from. And hopefully, I'm sure you've got aspirations of picking belts up and things like that. And under the guidance of Joe and getting pushed by all these guys in the gym, I'm sure you'll make it. So
yeah, I just want to say this as well. Yeah, I'm surrounded by former, reigning, and future champions. If I don't do my thing in this boxing thing, then it's not for me. So now is the time. I'm coached by one of the best coaches in the UK, proven at world level, multiple world champions. So if I don't pick up something, go be Instagram guy. But I believe that I'm in the right place, I'm focused, and to remain focused is the main focus.
absolutely, accountability as well, like you just said there. If I don't pick it up, you know, you've got every opportunity in this gym. Look, it's been a pleasure talking. We look forward to seeing you back out. Thanks for talking to Boxing Social. I think probably it might be your first time on the channel. I don't know if any other previous regime.
Yes, in person. I think I did something in lockdown, but your boy's here. Boxing Social, baby.
Appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.